No,
So I
how?
need you, we're going to
Because I
end
have
your
questions
hearing,
for the judge?
Mr. Richard.
What are you trying to call it? Incompetent? Is that what you're trying to say I am?
Yes.
I don't understand. What am I meeting with a doctor for? Is there somebody willing to go on the stand and say that I actually committed a crime?
Well,
Who has a claim against me? Like that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to settle the matter. I'm not arguing the fact.
All right, everyone, today we've got another sovereign citizen making an appearance in court. And let me say, this one will cause problems. Driving without a license, without insurance, and acting as like the law did not apply to him got this man napped for the tickle. Judges have repeatedly made it abundantly evident. You do need a license to drive. But once more, here we are. The judge's recommendation to have a competency test makes this one even more wilder. And honestly, she might be onto something. Tell me in the comments as you are seeing whether you believe he is mentally ill. After seeing this, I most certainly felt that way, and I believe I lost several brain cells in the process.
well,
Multitask.
well, let's just go ahead. I don't know if you were listening in when we were talking about your case. As you know, we've been waiting for the doctors to talk with you to see whether or not you're able to go forward on this matter. And there is now a date set for your interview.
I don't understand. What am I meeting with a doctor for?
They need to ascertain whether you can understand the nature of the charges and whether you're able to assist your attorneys. It's a two-prong test. So that's what we've been waiting for.
I understand the nature. I'm trying to figure out the cause. You guys never tell me.
Figure out what?
I understand the nature of this case. I'm trying to figure out the cause of this case. Like, what are we here for?
Well, you've been charged with the criminal offense of driving while your license is suspended in the third degree and operating a vehicle without the required ignition interlock device. Those are the charges.
I've never had a license for you to
So,
suspend.
sir, please stop talking about the facts of the case. This is your attorney.
Who?
This is Sean Parent, one of your attorneys, so please don't talk about the facts of the case.
Well, I'm not denying any of the facts. I'm just letting you know I'm letting you know what I understand is what I'm saying. She asked me if I understand, and I'm trying to answer the question. I'm letting her know what I understand, and I'm trying to figure out what's making me. What are you trying to call it? Incompetent? Is that what you're trying to say I am?
Yes, there's legal competency, and it's two prongs, whether you can understand the nature of the charges and whether you're able to assist. So right now, there's a question about whether you are able to proceed, and that's why we're having the doctors talk to you. That's
Why can't
the
I just
current
ask?
status.
Why can't I just ask the judge? Like, what?
Well, I am the judge, and I need those doctors to give me their opinion when they review your records and speak to you. And then we'll get a report back. So right now, you're finally being interviewed.
That, so I'm trying to get the answers from you. Like I'm in here talking to you.
And I'm telling you that you need to speak to these doctors on April 24th at 9 a.m.
And why do I need to talk to a doctor? I'm still not understanding. Like I'm trying to figure out why are we really here?
Why do we find ourselves here? Did I commit a crime? Who am I? Sovereign citizens seem to be NPC caught on repeat, same script, same drivel every time. It's like they all took the same YouTube law course and flunked. This individual certainly needs a competence exam, probably needed it yesterday. If you can't grasp that laws apply to everyone, even Mr. I don't recognize your authority, maybe it's time for a courtroom pop quiz. Fun fact. Judges have determined over and over that this sovereign citizen thing is just fantasy. Yet, here we are, witnessing another one try to trump centuries of judicial precedent with nothing but vibes and false confidence. What do we even do with these people? Should we just put them on an island and let them live out their fantasy? Let me know.
Because you're charged with the crime, and I need to make sure that you are legally competent to proceed in this matter.
What is the name of the crime?
I told you it's driving while license suspended, third degree, and operating a vehicle without an ignition interlock device.
Is there any injured parties? Is there somebody willing to go on the stand and say that I actually committed a crime? Who has a claim against me? Like that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to settle the matter. I'm not arguing the facts.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to take care of this and give
And
you
we
guys what
cannot
you want.
proceed while your ability to understand the nature of the charges and to assist your attorney is at issue. We cannot proceed.
We're
So
wasting
we're
time
in this
because I could
status,
just ask you. That's what I'm
and I'm
saying.
telling you right now. So the next hearing will be hopefully with a report in hand. You will have had your interview on April 24th at 9 a.m. Mr. Parent, you know where he would be going for that?
I'm not sure if it's going to be at the Shoreline Courthouse or at our office in Kent, or possibly at the courthouse in Kent. Kind of depends on where he lives.
You have good contact with Mr. Richard?
Yeah, we have a good phone number for him.
Okay.
So we will be able to keep in touch with him.
Okay, so Mr. Richard, they're going to meet with you on the 24th.
Hell,
And would it take about a week or two, Mr. Parent,
are
do you
they
think
gonna
you can report
come
back?
meet somewhere or something? Like what are they about to do?
Let's have him return on May 6th.
Well, like I said, you don't have my consent.
Actually, May
to
1.
send me
Let's
to a
do May
doctor.
1.
So I don't know why you think I have to go see a doctor when I could just ask you all the questions that's stopping us from going forward. I told you I'm trying to settle the matter. I don't know what's going on.
Right. We keep trying to explain that to you, Mr. Richard. The reason is you're going to have to talk to these doctors and we'll get some additional information.
All right,
So
cool.
your
Okay,
next
well,
hearing will be on May 1st.
Has there been a guilty plea that has been put into record?
No, we can't do that because we have to determine whether or not you're able to proceed in this case.
So there is no plea that's been put in filed.
There's a plea of not guilty that's been entered.
And who put that in?
You had a first appearance and you are unable to plead guilty. So a not guilty plea has been entered on your behalf and we are waiting to have the doctors talk to you. And this has been going on for quite some time, Mr. Richard.
How can somebody put a plea in for me? That makes no sense. Doesn't the attorney have to do what I ask them to do, or they're acting in dishonor if they don't do what I tell them to do?
All of this confusion that's going on right now is many examples of why we need this evaluation to take place. So I need you, we're going to end your hearing, Mr.
Mr. Richard is utterly off his rocker, Black, orbiting the earth levels of lunacy. He's refusing to turn his camera on as like court is some optional FaceTime conversation. It's insane. Honestly, the judge is being way too patient. I get the whole let them expose themselves concept. But at what point do we stop letting mature people play legal make-believe? Court isn't a game of peekaboo. It's a legal proceeding. The judge has the right to insist he expose his face and follow basic protocols. Part of me wishes she'd just go off, like, "Sir, this isn't debate club mode," or even slap him with a contempt charge. Maybe then he'd realize his little, "I don't recognize your authority" performance bears about as much weight as a damp paper bag. But nope, instead we're seeing her tiptoe around like he's some fragile snowflake who would melt as she raises her voice. Am I being too harsh? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's plunge back in and see how this one wings out.
Questions for the judge, and you're just saying that I'm incompetent. Like, why can't I get the answers from you? Do you not know your own laws?
I cannot go forward until I get a report from the doctors.
And why is there a doctor that needs to be involved in this? This is what do you say, a traffic matter?
Okay, I'm going to conclude this hearing. I believe that we need a report from the doctors based upon your answers, and this has been going on for
I just
quite
told you, like,
some
I'm not denying any of the facts. So why do we need to see a doctor? Can I just pay for can I just settle the fines that you have?
There's
this case?
a criminal charge with jail.
Huh?
All right, so
What'd you say?
it's a criminal charge with jail. It's not just paying a fine, Mr. Richard. So we are going to set this over. May 1st will be the next date you come back to court. And I will ask that you follow through and attend that evaluation on April 24th.
You just told me this was criminal,
Mr. Parent is going to make sure you know where you need to go.
But you just told me this was criminal, right? So why can't I just settle the fines?
Because criminal is not about fines. It's about jail time as well. So
And why does somebody get jail time for something that they never had? I've never had a driver's license.
Mhm. Okay, so we are done with your case today, Mr. Richard. Thank you. We'll get that date out to you.
Well, you don't have my consent, so like I said, I don't know what you think I'm.
Well, it obviously didn't go how he anticipated it would. Honestly, though, it kind of feels like he low-key won. Not the way he wanted, but still. He refused to turn on his camera the entire time, and the judge just let it slip. Isn't that a basic rule? Maybe I'm being too tough, but courts have affirmed that judges can enforce good conduct, even in virtual sessions. Yet this guy sat there like a ghost defendant and got away with it. Let me know what you thought of that hearing. But up next, we've got a Florida judge who's not here to play games. This one evolves into a full-blown showdown. You're going to want to see how it all goes down. Let's dive in.
In Three Rivers. It's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. How do you plead to that charge?
Before I plea, I'd like to have it put on the record that they're, for the alleged actions, they're trying to charge me twice. They're trying to charge me with an assault and battery as well as violating a restraining order for the same actions.
Well, they can do that.
Why?
It's two different things.
But it's the same action. Isn't that double jeopardy?
No. Let's say you have a trespass order and you're not supposed to trespass on a piece of property, and you enter into the property and punch somebody. Well, they can charge you with trespassing and the assault. So I'm assuming you wish to plead not guilty to?
But that's violating two different laws. I supposedly violated with the same action. It wasn't two different things. They're trying to charge me with the same action for two different cases. That's not, I mean.
All right, well, if you want a lawyer, I'll get you one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, I didn't do anything anyways, but from what they said, that from the affidavit that they gave me, the action.
Who has the which judge has the restraining order?
Patterson. I have not arraignment. I mean, I guess it'd be a preliminary exam conference tomorrow morning with him. Because they're saying I violated the restraining order by assaulting him.
Okay, well, all right, we'll sort that out. Set attorney pretrial for July 12th, 2024. Mr. Chris owes $1,175 worth of unpaid fines and costs. He has a controlled substance case from 2021 where he owes $175. He has a defective equipment case where he owes $125. He has a previous assault and battery, 221627, where he owes $275. He has disturbing the peace, where he got the minimum fine of $125. He hasn't paid that. 222147. And he has a felony resisting and obstructing reduced to a misdemeanor attempted resisting and obstructing. He owes $475 and he hasn't paid anything on that. So why don't you please take Mr. Christ into custody?
Can we please talk about this?
Yeah, you go back into jail and
I have my vehicle outside and stuff though.
Yeah, okay, you go back here and I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Today?
Yeah, right now. You're going into lockup.
No, are you going to talk to me today?
Yeah. You keep getting charged with assault crimes and then you don't pay any of the fine. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
I had to add that last hearing. It was too entertaining to skip. The guy walked in raving about double jeopardy like he discovered some secret legal loophole. Spoiler, trespassing and punching someone are two separate offenses, not a get-out-of-jail-free card. You can't make this stuff up. Honestly, he's the type who'd fall for sovereign citizen bullshit. The disbelief on his face when the judge put him in jail, probably because he hasn't paid a single fine, was priceless. The audacity. Let me know in the comments how many brain cells you lost watching these hearings. Also, what did you think of the first hearing? Should the judge have been stricter or did she manage it well? That's it for today's video. If you loved it, I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe. I publish court hearings regularly, and I adore reading your comments. They honestly improve my day. Thanks for watching and take care.
Because they're saying I violated the restraining order by assaulting him.
Okay, well, all right, we'll sort that out. Set attorney pretrial for July 12th, 2024. Mr. Chris owes $1,175 worth of unpaid fines and costs. He has a controlled substance case from 2021 where he owes $175. He has a defective equipment case where he owes $125. He has a previous assault and battery, 221627, where he owes $275. He has disturbing the peace where he got the minimum fine of $125. He hasn't paid that. 222147, and he has a felony resisting and obstructing reduced to a misdemeanor attempted resisting and obstructing. He owes $475 and he hasn't paid anything on that. So why don't you please take Mr. Christ into custody? I'll review all
Can we
these.
please talk about this?
Yeah, you go back into jail and
I have my vehicle outside and stuff though.
Yeah, okay, you go back here and I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Today?
Yeah, right now, you're going into lockup.
No, are you gonna talk to me today?
Yeah, you keep getting charged with assault crimes and then you don't pay any of the fine.
I
I'll talk to you in a little bit.